Hi.
Hi.
The deconstruction feels pretty much like having your skin slowly peeled off your body, at least to me.
Oh, wonderfully put. Yes.
Really. So I want to talk a little bit about kind of a little bit along this theme of, I guess, wanting. I recently had the opportunity to see pretty much a cornerstone of my supposed identity, which was wrapped up in wanting things that I really don't have, always. And
always? Isn't that interesting?
Yeah, no, they never appeared. I mean, I kept wanting and wanting, and I even tried to become something so that I could get them. Mm-hmm. And then now I've abandoned that, and so now they're just not here, and so I'm still bitter about not having them. Mm-hmm. So I finally was able to sort of see how this is put together, the wanting, and then luckily the voice came and said, "Well, could you just get with what is?" And then it felt like my skin was being peeled off my body.
Yes.
So I got with what is, and then I was able to really see the structure of this as a structure.
Yeah.
And I was gratified to see that, but it did not fall away right then. And so now I'm in a process of inquiry, and I guess I don't really have a question except that I'm asking for some encouragement. I'm inquiring, and I, in fact, this morning even sat here and I asked, who would I be without this?
Wonderful.
Well, two answers came. One was, I don't know, and that was somewhat gratifying. But the other one was, I would be somebody with nothing. Mm-hmm. And the loss of wanting is a loss of hope. But okay, so to part of me, that's nice. To the other part of me, it's devastating.
Yes, it's devastating. To part of you, it's wonderful. The part that's free.
Yeah.
To the illusion of separate self, it's the worst possible. No hope is the worst possible news.
Yeah.
To that part, to the illusion of you.
Yes.
So I say yes to both of those. Absolutely.
Okay, so
it's
be
the best
devastated.
news and the worst news. Yeah, let yourself be devastated.
Okay,
it doesn't last for long. It lasts for like a minute or a second if you're really willing to be devastated.
Well, and that's where I guess I'm asking for the encouragement, because as I sat there, I knew there was a dropping through that I could do.
Yes.
And wasn't doing.
Yes. Well, there's my encouragement. Go ahead. Sally forth. Move on. Just let it happen.
Yeah.
Really.
Yeah,
right?
it's scary.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, good. So, because here you're speaking to things that are like these unspoken truths of spirituality. Spirituality is going to be scary. It's going to be frightening. There's times where it's going to be uncomfortable. That's the way it is. And anybody that says otherwise doesn't know what they're talking about. They're not selling truth. They're selling the avoidance of truth. Right? They're sugarcoating this whole thing. So I say yes to all those things. Of course. Who said taking away reality is going to be wonderful at every step?
Yeah, it hurts.
Unreality, right? Who says?
Yeah.
So there's your experience. Okay. So it's frightening. Yeah, fine.
And it's
the price of entrance.
I come to satsang and you say, this is it. And a lot of what I do in inquiry, it's like, well, how can I drop this thing so that I can feel better? Mm-hmm. And I hear you say, this is it. And it's hard to remember when you feel that bad.
Yeah.
That's it too. Mm-hmm. 'Cause I keep trying to get somewhere.
Of course.
Because I want to feel better.
Of course you want to feel better. There's nothing wrong with wanting to feel better. Of course you want to feel better. That's what drives you. That's what drives you.
Yeah.
It can drive you into more unconsciousness, and it can drive you towards consciousness. The same drive to feel better. The way to feel better is to wake up to reality. That's how to feel better.
Yeah.
That's why it brings you to a place like this. Because the drive, the intelligence within you has started to already see that just going along the drive to feel better, through trying to satisfy, what you've wanted, That doesn't really work. It just doesn't get it. But still you want to feel better. That's intrinsic, right? Every living organism would rather feel better than worse.
Yeah.
Right. So there's nothing, that is completely natural. The only way to really feel better is to get in touch with reality. That's feeling better. And when I say this is it, I mean this as it actually is.
Right.
As it really is it. Not this as you imagine it to be.
Right.
But this as it actually is. This moment without our story about this moment. You without any story about you.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, nothing left to say.
You get to feel wonderful. Thank you for that sharing.
Thank you.
Yeah. Yeah. And that willingness to really inquire. You know, I could tell by talking with you the feel of it is this is something that's authentic for you. It's real for you. It's not just a thing in your mind that you're interested in. I can feel that. Wonderful.